Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to RimWorld. So before I start today's episode off, I just want to apologise for not uploading an episode on Thursday. Unfortunately, it was just one of those days. I was feeling really run down. I just didn't have the effort and the motivation to do a video. And rather than push myself and make a subpar video that you guys aren't going to enjoy, and I wasn't going to enjoy making, I thought I'll just leave it for the day. So we're back today, nice and refreshed, ready to get started with today's episode. Now, another heads up as well is that tomorrow I'm actually going off to London for a couple of days to go and see Lindsay Sterling in concert. I know, I'm pretty happy, I'm looking forward to it. But it does mean by the time I come back, I'm not going to have time to do Tuesday's video on Tuesday like I tend to do. So what I'm doing instead is recording the episodes for Monday and Tuesday, so that's the Empire, RimWorld and Shenzhen for Three Kingdoms, all today, and having them rendered and ready to upload so I can just set them up on the schedule and go off from there. So I'll be recording RimWorld straight after this, so if there's anything that you mention in comments or anything like that, I'm not going to get them into, or at least be able to act on them into the episode after that. So just to give you the heads up. And with that said, let's get on to today's episode. Now, we left things off last time with our caravan making their way back to the village, and luckily for us, and for the fact that our boyo was able to get there in time with the medicine, we managed to save the villagers who had got infections from their wounds. So it came extremely close with, I believe, was it Cree or Co? I think it was Cree. But luckily, yeah, Cree here. It's luckily for us, we were able to get there in time. He developed an immunity, and he is still alive. It's great news to see. But we're now back. We're still trying to... I need to change your name. In fact, if anyone's got a good suggestion for his name, let me know in the comments, and I'll swap it around for the episode after the next one. Okay? Because, yeah, resistance is coming down. Difficulty when it comes to actually recruiting should be fairly easy. So it shouldn't be too bad, we just have to wait patiently for it to happen. But apart from that, it's now also the first day of spring, and it should start warming up. It's 10 degrees outside right now. So what I could do is go around to the different places. 25 degrees. Do I need to keep the fire going? I suppose we could for a little while longer. But we need the crops to start being put down as soon as possible. Barra, I see, is already making an effort. Looks like though he's trying to put down ginkgo biloba, if I've pronounced that right. Okay, it might take a little while. It seems like the game counts it as essentially a tree, rather than just a plant, so it's going to take a little while for them to go. That's okay though. We want ask that to be hauled in somewhere. Oh, we can't put it anywhere. Oh yeah, I forgot, we got this as well. So I got a new mod I've added to the mod collection. I think I mentioned about it last time, but it's for us to get armor racks. So what we can do is a little bit like Gear Up and Go, and I'll probably try and swap it out instead of using Gear Up and Go. But it means we can just put weapons and armor on these, set it so they belong to a specific colonist, and then they'll be able to, or villager, and then when we tell them, you know, basically load up, they'll run over to the armor rack, equip the items on there, put the other ones on there, back onto it instead. And if I pop on 2, in fact, I just remembered I might need to do this. So where's it? Armor racks. Armor racks, here we are. Quick command sets a power as forced. So this will prevent them once they've got changed from trying to change back into their normal work outfits. So it does mean we can actually set things up a little bit better as well for what everyone's got in mind. So for example, Melania, I don't really want you wearing this mask. I do want to give it to my lizard people eventually, but she doesn't need it for day to day. So I'm going to ask you to just take it off for now. And we'll find something to haul it to eventually as well, when the game actually lets me do something. Okay, thank you. And we've got all these outfits as well. Definitely need like a clothes rack or something in order to store these all in. So do we have anything like that? Stone shelves. You know what, I could have swore blind that we used to have a thing for clothes. Oh, clothing rack. There. It's just I can't see, obviously. Okay, I'm going to make these out of ironwood, just because we do have that available to us in our stockpiles. So we'll have that set up. Melania is getting busy still making us cloth pants. Let me just have a quick look. I need to really start making me some shirts, to be honest. Swap those around for the moment. And then we'll probably start setting things up eventually, so we can actually get them swapped out into the right gear. But Barra's getting on with that. Okay, thank you. Right. We've got plenty of pemmican. We've got some food in here. Well, basically milk and hops, but that's okay. We've got 26 meals. How long are these going to last? 3.9 days. We've got barrels of salted meat that if push comes to shove, we can just get them, break open the barrels. I believe they lose some nutritional value, but it's made up for the fact that these barrels will not go off. And even when we crack them open, they will still last for quite a while. So I'll definitely be happy to use that. Okay, these have now been sorted out. We want that to be hauled out if possible. And what we're going to do then, I think, I don't want tainted gear to go in them. But what we'll do is we'll put civilian in this one, as well as the hay skirts, lizardman wear, and that. And then for this side, we'll put combat apparel, leather armor, plate armor, tribal shoulder wear, I believe that is, and the medic bag as well. Okay, we would allow tainted apparel in either of those. So now this should give me a space for the helmet to go. And we need space for that to go. So all of this needs to be hauled in. Alright. Game? Thank you. Alright. Let me set these up as main priority, in fact. So if we go onto here, I'll have it so these are critical. And critical. And why is it that... Stock cabin normal. Why is it that you're not allowing me to send in my shirts? Button down shirt. Should be fine. But you're not letting me move it for some reason. Good quality. I'm sure you'll update itself eventually. But for now, we'll just let them do their thing. But there we go. That's clearing things up quite nicely now. It means we've got places to put everything. Still got to get more food coming in. Might have to do a spot more hunting. What do we have nearby that we can go hunting for? What are these? Insects. Not particularly interested in going for those, and we'll see. I'll tell you what, we'll go after you. What's your meat value? 75. Oh, to be honest, let's not bother. Turkeys, we can go hunt you, certainly. Boom rats. So many boom rats. Ugh. I hope they get eaten at some point. What about you? 23. That's not a lot. Okay, you? Oh, Jesus Christ, what on earth is that? But easy to hunt, but the meat is undesirable. Oh, it's a giant bug. Ugh. Saltosaurus? 25%. Magiosaurus. What about you for meat content? 260. Hunting. There we go. Right. And I also been thinking about what to do with some of my pack animals. Because at the moment, we've got our turkeys and chickens and that's going to give us eggs. We've got alpacas that are giving us access to wool and milk, especially for the females. So likewise for the cows, they provide milk to us. And then we've got these two. They're both female. They don't really do much for the colony. And we've got our Ankylosaurus. Now, if I remember right, the Ankylosaurus is actually pretty good at carrying stuff. And if we had more of the other two dinosaurs, we could try to use them to ride on instead of using the alpacas. Let me just double check. If I pop onto here. Yeah, that gives us the extra 175 carrying capacity. These two just need to have more to them, I think. So let's have a quick look on my wildlife tab again. Do we have any more of those dinosaurs on the map? No, we've got those ones. That's not what I want. Boom rats, boom rats. Because we can't even breed them. That's... Oh, hang on. Oh, you're another female. Someone go and tame you, please. Just see if we can get that going. We just need to get as much of this blood sorted out as soon as possible. Alright, but let's speed things up a little bit. Animal disease. Oh, we got plague, Wilfred. Okay, well, Kai, go and tend to her. I believe you're... Actually, you're not my best doctor, are you? Alboyo is. I keep forgetting that. Alboyo, go and tend to Wilfred. Oh, and a psychic soothe. Every male member of the colony is happy now. Good, good, good. Okay, I'll switch you over to worker. I don't really want you to be wearing the full plate armor, Skizor. Thank you. You can put it in the armor racks for now. Got this poor cloth duster. We don't particularly want that. Okay. So something else we want to do is try and get some more wood. Not only do we need it to keep the fires going, but we obviously want them to do stuff like finish off these armor racks. So I'll tell you what, let's quickly come on here, chop wood. Chop all that down. Oh, we can't chop, they're not too big yet. Chop that down then. Alright, well that's not too big. That's fine. What about down here? Unfortunately, we don't actually have anything like gates and that unlocked here yet. Do you have a couple places that we haven't asked yet to be done? Okay. What about you? 10%? 31? Oh. Let's keep an eye on this situation. Kui? Okay, let's start pulling you back. Run away, run away, run away. Okay, may have to pull you a little bit closer to the village. Hopefully we can get some others then to help you out. So pull off this way. And just keep an eye on this thing. If it bleeds out, or even dies, that'd be great. Uh-oh. Schizo is running away. Oh dear god, I just watched him going, ah! Okay, I did ask you to switch out to worker, so ideally I want you to do exactly that. Once you've... I'm going to equip you. Okay, come over here and do this. Alright, Bauer, what are you growing at the moment? Kale. Okay, I've got wormwood over here now. Okay, great. You can get on with that. You get on with that. No. Jeez. Why does it keep doing that? 1 second. Right. First of all, let's swap this back over so they all have their schedules once more. Okay, thank you. Right, what we're going to do next, we need to go to assign. Current outfits. Basically, I want these all to be sort of workers. And even though they are forced on at the moment, I'm okay about, but I want to make sure that they just switch over to this for now. And then we can sort out for armor equipment and that later. So let's let them do that. Animals are out and about now, just harvesting and doing all the stuff they need to do. Okay. That means, Schizo, you should be getting out of that armor. Schizo? Drop it, please. Okay, thank you. Finally listening to me. Okay, what you got behind you? Glowstone chandelier, cloth pants. I'll just leave him there. They only got 5 points left before they're finished. Okay, Bauer, how you getting on? Okay, you're getting on with all the crops here. Still got some Devil Strand, nearly getting there. Got 68% left to go. Okay. Still don't quite get though why the game is being as slow as it is. I mean, it's going quite fast with the speed, but it's just going at start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And I don't see why. Everything should be as fine as it is. The only thing I could imagine is maybe all those boom rats on the map aren't helping us out too much. Unhappy nudity, Asna. Asna, why? Why? Is my question. Why are you naked? There are clothes for you to wear. I mean, Melania is actually making some as we speak. Who else is... Yeah. Tribal worker, hardware, tribal wear. Yeah, like... Okay, 1 second. Right, poor quality. Why, where's the... Okay, War Veil Flak Pants. Right. Where did she just put that... shirt? Here. Okay. Asna. There is a shirt sitting right here. Go and nick it before Rakai gets her hands on it. Just so you're not happy, you can actually wear some clothes now. I hope you're happy. Right? Okay, you getting on with that. Bauer is finishing off putting down some hay grass. Now we're getting that done, it's going extremely quickly, and we're actually getting a bit more wood as a result as well. That's good to see. We feel in Firestone Workplace. What's everyone else getting up to? Oh, we've tamed that dinosaur. Great. So tell you what, let's go on to animals. We'll again set that to anywhere. News of Peace. We'll check that out in just a moment. I'll give it obedience. But to be honest, I'm not going to be too concerned about going for the others now. Yeah, we'll leave that. We'll leave those. I've got to use these as sort of pack animals, allowing us to actually ride them around when needed, so I'm not too concerned about letting them do anything else. But what's this? The Covenant and the Car and the Blue Bee Asdo have decided to cease all hostilities between them. Okay. Well, that's good to know at least what's going on out in the wider world. Alright, Melania's getting on with that. What I may end up having to do is just set up a little fire, maybe to try and burn off some of the tribalware that we've got sitting around in here at the moment. Or maybe just get rid of stuff like the cloth duster. In fact, if we got the spare wood, I might get them to do that. I mean, it's 15... Hang on, it's 15 degrees out. Let's try and stockpile some of the wood. Let's just go on to this. Designated off. Alright, people should be going out of their way then to make sure that everything gets turned off. Put out all the fires, thank you. We've got light thanks to the glowstones that we've put down. So I'm not too concerned about that. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, power... In fact, Eel, what are you up to nowadays? Oh, you're sleeping, okay. I was just wondering, because I don't know what she's actually been set to as priorities yet. Eel does all the basics, hauling and that. Does get involved in handling and training animals. Does repair, construction, does a lot of growing and harvesting and that. And we're going to be getting her eventually to do studying once we get the school finished up. Okay, and she has been restricted to the home area, yes. As you can imagine, the last thing we kind of want is for her to go out, you know, over here as a child and get eaten by an animal. I don't imagine social services are going to be too kind towards us if that happens. Let's just cancel that bit. Allow this bit here to count. And I think, yeah, that should do fine. There we go. Alright, we've got that done. Why is some of the stuff damaged? I'm wondering. And Wilfred, how are you doing with this plague? Oh, very well done, in fact. 74% immunity, 35% thing would double the immunity to the plague. I think we'll be fine. I mean, I still got 3 days of food here. Good. Hat went up in cooking. Oh, I wonder... I can't remember if we've got the mod in place, but there is a mod that allows your villagers, or colonists I should say, that are highly experienced in a job to be able to teach other people just by being near them. So you just have it that they run up and, you know, they get and change, you know, they run up basically and they talk, and then as a result of the talking, they will give them a little boost to their skill that that person's particularly skilled at. So that's pretty cool, and I think that must be what's happening behind it. Oh yeah, I've just popped some of these down, because rather than put them in all their houses, I thought it might be better just to keep it in the central bit here. So you can do something like that. Maybe cancel that one. Oh, basalt. Interesting. I'll cancel that, but that gives me 1, 2, 3, 7. To be honest, we'll probably want more. In that case, I'll just keep it to what I said. We'll keep 5. That should be a nice number. We do need another bed to be put down soon, because Wakai should be giving birth extremely soon. Yeah, like late stage pregnancy. I imagine that, and she hasn't had any issues with malnutrition or anything. I imagine she should be giving birth pretty soon. What we've got here, belladonna berries. Spores in 12 days. I think we're going to use those in some of our plants. But for now, we can't really do much with it. Okay. Yeah, if I type in here belladonna, no. So we use it as an ingredient in some of our medicine in the future. Okay, let's cancel that one for now. Smithing, we've now finished. Okay. What we're going to do next, I think we're going to go for art, lizardman art. Just so we can start working maybe on some of the other lizardman stuff we can try and do. Or we can go for plate armor, make sure we get our people up and alive. Long blades could come in handy as well. I think we need that to do the smithy. Tools could help us out as well. This will allow us to do things like pickaxes and things like that. Gunpowder, terrain rehabilitation we started on. So we can try and finish off those last few squares. But to be honest, I think we'll be okay for that. let's go lizardman art, because this will allow us to do a power, but only lizardmen can research it. So if we're going to do that, we may have to make sure our best... who's our best researcher? Who's a lizardman? Asna is human. Co. Well, Co, guess what? You've now got a new job. You're now going to be a researcher. Congratulations, Co. Go and enjoy. Alright, someone's contracted diarrhea. That's unfortunate. Not much we can do about that, though. Okay. That's already harvested, though. Let's harvest that. Okay, what are you putting down here? Heel roots. Okay. Oh, and Eel, baby Eel's helping as well. She's only 1 year old, don't forget. And she's already helping Daddy plant down all the crops that we were growing. Oh, that's so sweet. We'll let that happen. We've got this meteor right outside with smooth basalt if we wanted to try and burn that. Ha is helping out as well. That's good. We've got plenty of corn that's going to be grown here as a result. Got hay grass growing here. We've got corn that's going to grow here as well. Rice here. Cabbages eventually here. But the heel root is going to be quite useful for us. And what we're growing here as well? White willow. Ah, that's why his bower is taking so long, because it's an actual tree that we're trying to do. Right. Okay, I'll leave them to get on with their own devices then. Alright, what I will do, let's have a quick look about setting up. Do we have any more wood? No, wood is definitely a thing we need to sort ourselves out for. What's that? A peg leg. Oh yeah! One of our casters had a missing leg, didn't he? Who did? Akai is fine. Melania has got a stab scar, but that's okay. Alboyo is okay. Huh? Nope. Bernagatus? No. Asna? No. Ko's got his right leg chopped off. So let's go onto here and set up a bill to install... Was it his left leg or his right leg? Right leg. Okay. I mean, we could actually just give him the healer mech serum and bring it back. Yeah, let's just go for that. There's no medical beds available. Okay. Well, Ko, since you're the one who's going to be having this... In fact, we might as well just ask you to do it straight away. So, Elixir of Life is the Resurrector mech. Elixir of Healing, so Ko. Come over here and use it. In fact, let me just double check one last time. Yeah, leg cuts off. Okay, cancel that. Leg back on. There we go. That must be really disturbing to watch when you think about it. That you just inject it basically into you, or in this case drink it, and the next minute this leg just starts growing back out of your body like it's no one's business. I mean, that'd be freaky to me personally. Alright. But we're getting on with the research. Ko is the only one that can do this, so for now he's just sitting there working on it. It's going to take a little while though for him to do it, unfortunately. But at least we got this, is helping out the research a bit. Toxic fallout. Crap. Don't know where this chemical fire, we'll just make an assumption that it's something from the gods. So as a result now, we've got to make sure we stay inside for the duration as much as possible. So what I'm going to do, I think we had a thing already, didn't we, for build roof area? No, that's not it. Cleaning area. Tell you what, let's add this. We'll just do it nice and easy, in fact. We'll do that and that. We'll probably try and set them as much as possible for this. But I'm still going to need people to go out and basically work on the farms, so we can get all this stuff growing. So what I'm going to have to do now is restrict. We'll go... Okay, everyone into the cleaning areas, with the exception of Barra, I would say. Now, just because they're restricted inside there, it's not like, for example, these guys are going to be stuck here. It just means they're going to be constantly making sure that they go straight into... only stay in the houses. They're not going to linger around outside, for the most part. Unfortunately, though, this does include being outside, doesn't it? Yes. So for the moment, game... Just for the moment, mind. Let's go clean an area and cancel the section here. right? And just double check. Key, for example, cleaning area. Okay. Alpaca 1 has given birth... Oh, crap, of course. All the animals now are going to get toxic buildup as well. Shh. Crap. What do I do? I'm just going to have to leave him. Okay, well, come prepared. What I'm going to do is basically just set down a bunch of animal spots in here. It's not ideal in the slightest, don't get me wrong, right? But I'm going to set a bunch of things up here, right? We'll click on all of those, we'll make it for medical purposes, and we'll keep this as it is. But what it means then is, hang on, select similar, just make sure we do all of this, switch it off. But it means as they become ill, they will be able to make that work and carry them and bring them back in here, keep them, you know, and allow them to recover. But otherwise, yeah, it's like, I suppose, do I quickly make this into a barn, maybe? I have no idea. I mean, even if they come in here, basically we don't have the resources available to us to be able to turn around and make a whole bunch of kibble to keep them inside the base, because we haven't got the growth like our crops or anything like that yet. Bugger. All I can hope really is that this toxic fallout only lasts for a couple of days. If it lasts any longer, I think we're going to be in trouble. But there's not much... Kai's given birth. So we now got a little baby vulture sitting away on top of his mum. What? He's got He starts off chemical fast... Hang on, let me check this baby out. Child of the colony, she's female. Very passionate in shooting construction animals. She's a psychopath. Oh dear. Chemical fascination, but she is kind. So this is like a little baby girl version of Dexter, you could say. Oh dear. This it's going to be interesting. But we do need to make... Oh, and they're already going at it like two bunnies. She's literally just given birth, don't forget, a second ago. And they already celebrated by having a quick shag. Okay, we need to make sure we've set up a bed for this quickly. Okay, Vulture is going to get a bed. We need to find somewhere we need to grow. Fortunately, though, Wakbara is a heavy sleeper, don't forget, so he can't actually do anything at the moment. Okay, Eo will swap this around to Vulture. We're going to make it so, yeah, you stay inside. Luckily, though, little baby Vulture can't go anywhere. But you are going to be demoted to the bottom. I mean, Eo is your big sister. It's her job to make sure that she's in charge. But there we go. Not too shabby. Alright, let me just check. Did I not... Hang on. Did I not set it up for swords? I could have swore I did. Okay, I'll tell you what. Do it until we have... Because having swords is actually pretty handy. Let's say 250. And we'll unpause when we get to less than 100. No, when we get less than 50. Because I can never remember how much we actually get out of it. So we'd allow that to happen. Calcium carbonates, not too sure as of yet. Tablets, not too thin. We'll cut one of the large glowstones as well, though. We'll set that up as a bill. You're still okay for that. It just means we're going to have to make a bit more food now, Nakai. Especially as now we've got a new baby to look after. In fact, Wakai, can I not ask you to come out here temporarily, or is it just outside large... Yeah. But yeah, she can't do much at the moment, because the fact that the research we're trying to do at the moment is... In fact, let me... I'll tell you what, people who are my best researchers... Skizzo as a tester... Huh? Let's put that as a 1 for you. I know you're not that good at it, but any little bit that's going to help us is going to help us, you know? We'll do that, and then that should encourage then Kui and Ko to actually go and work on researching, like Has coming to do now. Hopefully that will allow us to get the research done quite quickly. I know everyone else is just basically sitting around not doing much, but there isn't really much we can get them to do. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's have you come out here quickly. I need you to really cut down a few of these trees as fast as you can. so we can actually get making that bed. I mean, Vulture, little baby Vulture does need her own bed after all. She can't be accepted to sleep on her mum's head. Ooh. Because it's got some members nearby, they are able to offer us this reward. Silver Lizardman Helm Masterwork. The only thing is we don't know exactly how many people are there. Alright, that could be something for us to consider. Right. Okay, I'll let Bauer get on with that, and the next thing I want him to do once he's finished that is to actually come up here and work on the... Okay, maybe not be able to work on the beds. I do have the mod in place, so that should count it, because it's on the map, even if we're not managed to bring it back to storage yet. So don't lie to me, game. I know I've got wood, I can see it right in front of me. Okay, try this now. Thank you. Right, Pelican can be hauled back as well. And all the wood can be hauled back eventually too. Okay, Bala, how much wood are you carrying? You are carrying just enough for the bed. Okay. There we go. So we'll now set this up so it's just for Vulture. Vulture, where are you at the moment? Are you sleeping in here? Oh, it's not your bed. But Kai, come get your little... Go and get Vulture, take her back to her own bed, thank you. There we go. No, 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 no. No, you're not listening to me, game. That's Vulture's bed. Not this, that's baby Vulture. Right. Tell you what, let's... Okay, let's grab these 3 beds. Let's switch them out for prisoners. That way then, you are forced to then have to carry your daughter back to her bed in your place. Okay. Come on. Thank you. It's good to see a mum when they're actually doing their job, eh? There we go. Right, now I can switch this back now to no longer be for prisoners. And it means that you'll start back in her bed finally. Thank you. Oh, we've managed to get our first wood rack done. Okay. I'm going to continue a little bit longer for today's episode, in the 30 minutes, although I am tempted. I'll give it a bit of thought before I start recording the next episode. But I'm tempted to actually maybe go back to doing the hour. Just, it seems like be a bit more done. You know, it gets a more sense of things being of progression, I find. So we'll definitely see about doing that. Okay, what we're going to do then is we'll stick on here. Weapons and apparel. So we won't allow any weapons to be necessarily put up here, but we will put apparel. Well, no, how does this work? I think we first of all set it up to an individual. So, for example, as Bauer's the head chief of the village, I'm going to have, and you know, Makai's head chief as well. Joint head chief, maybe. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go. Lizardmen light armor. That's not the one I want. Polymer plate armor. So let's go and get him to first of all force that on. Okay. And then he doesn't have any helmets in here, does he? No. We could give him a war veil. I mean, it does increase pain threshold by 5%, but it's not that needed. But we'll have him put that on. Okay. Now that covers his entire body, doesn't it? Yeah, forced. Just double check. Yeah, right leg, left leg, normal one. So for Bauer's one here, the way it works then, I believe, is you click on here. We ask it to be what he's wearing basically at the moment to be transferred over to the rack. Okay, so he pops that over to here. Okay. Now in theory, it should have showed. Might be. Hang on. Oh, we need to actually equip it, right? So we will do that. We will do that. We will allow weapons, but we'll allow that stuff. So transfer back on. Because you're still wearing your stuff, aren't you? Yes. Okay, so see now he's got the armor rack here, right? But if we come onto this, we can ask, go onto the rack. So we want him to keep his clothes, for example. So we'll just drop those off, but we'll keep the polymer plate armor here. So, Skizzo, let's go and get you to get your clothes back on. And this needs to be dropped off. The hat needs to be dropped off as well, thank you. Nope, hang on. Hang on. Right. Let's go low priority. I'd rather keep, unless we've specifically asked it to go on here, I'd rather it not. So for example, if we come onto here now, go to rack, ask that to be dropped. And that took to be hauled back as well. Thank you. So what should happen now is if we need him to get changed, what we can do is instead of clicking gear up and go, we can just go equipped from armor rack. He'll run to his armor rack, change whatever's on it, and it should be fairly quick compared to just picking up from the floor. He'll swap anything in that replaces it. So if we had him a parka, and we ask him to put this on, he'll put the parka onto the rack and put the armor on instead. And he'll get on with the job, and then we'll click it again, and then he'll swap it back. Should be a nice easy variation instead of gear up and go. So if it works, I might actually get rid of gear up and go for this playlist. Because we haven't really used it so far. It's just annoying because they're just wearing whatever it is they need to wear. But at least it's options for us. Cloth Shemaine, I'll probably ask you to move that off at some point. Or at least we can start selling out. If we ever get a trader. In fact, do we actually have anyone nearby we can trade with? So I think we're just surrounded by hostile factions, aren't we? I mean, these guys aren't too bad. What's up here? Annual Expo Cultural Swap. We got Elixir of Healing, a Relic of Forbidden Knowledge. We still need to... I still would love to try and make my way up to there, but we do need more food available to us first. Okay, and how are you doing? Got Toxic Build-Up Initial. Bear-like pubic hair. I mean, if I really wanted to, we could go here and wax and shave all the stuff off. I don't believe it makes any issues regarding his body. But it's just like, you know, some people in today's society, it's like often seen in the Western world for men to not have hairy chests and stuff like that. And, you know, beauty standards and that. So you could just swap it around as needed, I guess. Something for us to consider, if nothing else. Let's ask for that to be harvest 2, because we asked for the one down here to be done, didn't we? No, but we do have this. Might ask that just to be cut. We don't want that standing right in the middle there. That could be harvested. The vulture is unhappily nude. Well, there's not much we can do about that, my good sir. Oh, my good... madam, I should say. Right. Fact. Talking about having weapon racks, I wonder if it might be potentially better. Have like a small sort of extension done here. So we'll replace like the grass and that. But I have it so we can put the weapon racks out here, so it's just a separate room. They can just display them, you know, run them down the walls here and here and that. In fact, I'm liking that idea. So what I'll do is set up something like that. Right. Put another door here. And then what we can do then is basically just make it so we can put these armor racks. So we'll ask for this to be reinstalled, say, here. That could be reinstalled here. And then cancel that one, get... Because that will give me access to 9 of them at least. 11 if we do something like this. No, that's not going to quite work. But yeah, that might actually work out there for us. So we'll cancel that, cancel that. Cancel those ones. We'll replace them up there again, don't worry. Cancel that. Do all that? Yeah. And then build a copy, put it there once more. The only thing is, do we have enough marble to pull this off? Oh, we've got limestone. Is it limestone we used? Yeah. Oh, we've got more than enough then. Hello, little baby vulture. I mean, one day you're going to be a good psychopath, but right now, you're not. It's scary though, knowing, like, when you think about it, like, having young children in horror movies where they're like the killers and that is normally quite terrifying in its own right. But just having the fact that you look at my two characters and they've given birth to, you know, they're quite happy, nice people. And then we get to Vulture, who's a psychopath, who also seems to enjoy drugs, even though she, well, her mum never engaged in that with herself. Ugh. It's worrying. It really is worrying. But for now, I think we can actually leave today's episode here. So at the moment, I'm pretty happy with the state of things. We're going to open up a bit, like I said, in order to get an expansion, so we can actually start putting our armor racks in here and have them all in one location, rather than filling everything else up. We've gotten more and more clothes for people. We've got stuff being done here. Crops are being planted. Even if it's taken 5 days so far to actually get all this crops done. But it's just the price we pay sometimes. But hopefully next episode, the toxic fallout will come to an end, touch wood, which means we'll be able to just get on with things and everyone can go out and about and do their business. But we'll just have to wait and see. In fact, with hindsight, I might just set it up so all the ones apart from the kids can go out and about and do what they need to do anyway. Just because it allows things to get done. And if they do get poisoned from the toxic fallout, we can just simply get them to run back, you know? And we'll get someone to pick them up and send them back easily enough. But anyway, that's all for today's episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I do hope you join me next time for more RimWorld. But until then, everyone, take care, and goodbye for now.